Hey guys, I'm BMOC. You're now tuning to BMOCTV. So today I want to review the brand new album from Miguel called Wildheart. It's his third studio album. The official release is actually June 30th, but I was able to hear the stream today. And I want to give just my thoughts on just listening to it for the first time. Again, I played a few of the songs back, but just my first initial thoughts of when I heard the entire album. So to start the album, we get into a track called A Beautiful Exit. I'm really loving the rocker vibe. It's so laid back, but the guitars give it that rocker feel. It's very ambient. Feels like I'm laid back somewhere about to take off on a vacation somewhere. I mean, I am. Let's say for vacation in a few days, but it definitely gives me that feel, a great intro to the rest of the album. Then right after that, we get into a song called Deal. When I first heard it, it kind of dragged to me a little bit. I was expecting a different tempo change after the intro, but after you play Deal again, you start to sing that oh. So the track's subconsciously catchy. I don't know if that's even a term to use, but it's almost like a song you're like, okay, it's cool, whatever, on to the next one. And then you step away for a moment and you're like, let me go back and replay that song over again. So again, this is a song that I would love to hear live. It's another song I want to talk about too that I want to hear the live version that I probably would prefer over the actual album recorded version. So again, it's cool. Again, it can drag a little bit, but after a while it kind of grows on you. Next up is a song called Valley. Now, out of all the songs that I like on this album, this is not really on that list, that category. I don't know, I thought the production was very dope, it was very abstract, but it's something about the lyrics and the concept that really didn't grab me. I would have preferred maybe something just different over the beat, keep the beat, keep the production, especially that bridge part. I really love the abstract on that part, but it's just in terms of just the overall song, it's I'll skip it. Then we get into my favorite song on the album, hands down, called Coffee. I wish I could pay our love. This song is an instant hit for me. When I first heard it a couple of months ago, I literally played this song 20 times back to back. It grabs you as soon as you listen to it. It's super laid back and chill. You can two-step to it. You can be at a lounge, making, wine to it, just chill. It is just, again, a home run. I also like the radio version that has Wale's verse on it. I thought Wale's verse was a little too long, maybe an 8 bars would have done it. I don't know about a whole full 16, but regardless, Wale does his thing on that version. But the album version is just Miguel with another verse of his own. So I love that. I love just the whole concept of the record and the metaphor for coffee, and just again phenomenal, great single choice. Clearly a favorite. Then right after Coffee, we get into a song called NWA. If you don't know what NWA is, refer back to Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, Eazy-E. Go back in that. But I think he's going to the same lane as that. Similar to the intro, I love the guitars on this song. Also the mashup of Corrupt. I never would have thought that Miguel and Corrupt would be on the same song together, but it really works. The hook is, again, super catchy. I'm singing it before the song is over with. It's smooth. Well done, well put together. I love it. Then after that, we get into a song called Wade. And this song is kind of cool. I do love the tempo change. It speeds up a little bit, but it's okay. It's definitely a song that would have to grow with you as you're listening to the album. I don't know if this would be a good radio single choice that I want to hear it a million times a day, but I think it is a song where once you play the entire album from beginning to end, it's a song that can kind of grow on you, later on. Again, I would love to see a live version to maybe prove me wrong. I feel like the tempo would do great for a live crowd, but just coming off of Coffee and NWA, it just didn't kind of move me the same way. But not a bad song, just not one of my favorites. Right after that, we get into a song called What's Normal Anyway. Now this is a song I really like because I can relate to it. It's introspective record talking about not fitting in with the crowd, not doing what everybody else is doing, not worrying about public perception of you, not being in the in crowd, not doing things the traditional way or whatever. And I love that perspective. I love that point of view. I think it fit Miguel's personality as him being one of the abstract R&B singers. If you would have put him in an R&B category, but even this, he's don't label me, don't put me in a box, put me in a category. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that song. A great positive message. I would love for it to be a single. I mean, it's a smooth song too. You nod your head to it. The lyrics are on point, the delivery. great. I would love for this to be a radio song, because I think all ages can really relate to what he's talking about with this. Then after that, we get into a song called Hollywood Dreams. This is another song that I feel kind of grows on you. It also sounds like a theme song to like a TV show. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Maybe the show could be Hollywood Dreams. I don't know. But, you know, it's definitely a song that I feel would fit like a TV show. In terms of the album, I think it's definitely a song you have to hear multiple times to kind of get into. It didn't really grab me at first. But again, not a bad record. I also hear like sprinkles of Adorn, just some of the runs and delivery. Not saying he's trying to like, you know, remake Adorn, but I feel like if any song on the album kind of fits that style, it would be this one. Then after that, we get into a song called Desperado a Morar or Morar. I don't know. I don't speak French, Spanish. I don't know. I'm just gonna call it the Desperado song. Desperado. I love the production on this one. I actually thought it was a full song, and then it kind of cut off like a minute in, and I'm like, checking the time on my phone, I'm like, how long is this song? But it's a great interlude track. I would love it to be a full song when they do that, but definitely one of the better beats on the album for sure. Then right after that, we get into a song called Going to Hell, which I have a couple of issues with. So first I want to say that in terms of it just being a pure song, it's probably one of my favorite songs on the album from a catchy perspective, a production, delivery, vocals. Definitely feel up there to me with Coffee and NWA. But I just hate the going to hell concept. Just a personal opinion. You know, I'm not going to hell for some female. I'm not going to hell, period, in general. So, you know, the concept of just going to hell kind of just threw me off. And the fact that it's so catchy, I don't want to say 2 hours from now, I'm going to hell and just be saying that in the shower. So, as much as I want to like it, because sonically it's a good song, the concept kind of really throws me off. I wish it was like going to the moon or going to Mars. And I'm not trying to rewrite this man's song, but just for the catchiness purposes, I think it's great. But the fact that it's a concept about going to hell, I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I guess it's more of a personal choice. And even in the song, he has a part that's saying like, forgive me, I'm a sinner. And another part's like, I don't care that I'm going to hell. So it was like a little confusing to me. I don't know which is which. So definitely when you guys hear the track, if you heard it, you know, put in the comments your interpretation of it. Am I tripping? Am I overthinking it? You know, am I right on point? I don't know. But I kind of want to stay away from that song until I figure out what he's talking about. So it's a little tricky. Then right after that, we get into a song called Flesh. This song is very, very seductive. It almost sounds like a prequel to Coffee in a sense, where he's saying like he's addicted to her flesh. I could have heard maybe like Flesh right before I heard Coffee in the track listing. But it's dope. It's really smooth, really like romantic, mysterious thing that Miguel's on, which is dope. I also love the distortion effect he puts on his voice. It's a really dope contrast between his like falsetto, high-pitched notes to like the like gritty distortion. I think it's a great pair, a great match. It also gives me that D'Angelo feel when I kind of first heard it, like how does it feel vibe that Miguel really masters. I'm not saying he's trying to like copy D'Angelo, but I just love when artists kind of explore some of their vocal abilities and add some of the studio effects. Next is a song called Leaves. Now, for a couple listens, it definitely sounds like he's talking about his hometown, California, but also seems like a metaphor for maybe like a female that he's breaking up with, or maybe she's breaking up with him. Something I definitely want to hear multiple times to kind of get the whole story, but I definitely hear the California reference. I just think there's probably a deeper meaning within the lyrics. This is a song where I would really love to hear an acoustic version, like an unplugged with him and just somebody on the guitar, or maybe he plays guitar. I know he produced a lot of his own records, so I would love to kind of hear that vibe, like really stripped down. I think he would make the song even better. And last but not least, the standard version ends with a song called Face the Sun featuring Lenny Kravitz. Now, don't listen to the song thinking you're going to hear Lenny Kravitz sing or do anything. I think it's more just a feature for the guitar. You know, Lenny Kravitz is a great musician. He can play the guitar. And I think that's what that credit is for. So, no, you don't actually hear Lenny Kravitz sing, but you do hear him playing on the music and that kind of collaboration kind of thing, which is pretty cool. This is definitely one of my favorite songs on the album. It's almost like a remake, so to speak, of Lenny Kravitz's song I Belong to You, which I Belong to You is one of my favorite Lenny Kravitz songs, if not my favorite, so that's pretty cool. It's clearly a romantic song. You can hear like at a wedding somewhere. It's definitely radio single worthy, so I won't be surprised if this is one of the songs that he later picked as a radio hit. So after Face the Sun, there's 4 more songs on the deluxe version. I only heard the standard version of the first 13 songs, so I'll be interested to hear the other 4 songs once the album drops. And of course, when I hear those, I'll go back in the comments and put my opinions on those 4. So in terms of the standard version of the album, I really enjoyed it. There were about 2 or 3 songs, as I mentioned, I was kind of like, okay, I could kind of, get into this, if I hear it multiple times. It wasn't like there was one song that was just so terrible that shouldn't be on the album. It was more so some of the other songs were just so catchy that you wanted to kind of continue through the rest of the album. But I give Miguel props for kind of finding his sound, and all the songs sounded like they're in the same world, the same universe, the same tempo. So if you like that style, you're gonna love the album. If you think, I kind of want to speed up a little bit or kind of turn up or go another direction, you may not enjoy the album. So it's clear that he had a clear vision and a goal for it, and a clear sound he was trying to reach with it. And I think he reached it. I would just be interested in the next album if he kind of keeps the same formula or switches it up a little bit. So now I want to hear your thoughts. What did you think when you first heard Coffee, or the 4 tracks he just released 2 weeks ago? I think it was NWA, Face the Sun, a couple more, or even the whole album. If you heard the whole album, what did you think of it? How do you feel about it? Are you enjoying it? Is there certain tracks you like more than others? Talk to me. Let me know your thoughts. So thank you guys again so much for checking out this week's episode. As you may know, I post new reviews every week at youtube.com/BMOCTV. Please subscribe, or BMOC.TV. You're also welcome to join our official Facebook group where we talk about music, debate, discussions, topics, all that good stuff at facebook.com/groups/BMOCTV. I'm BMOC. Peace.